But I just think that, there's times when I go, I don't know how we won in 2017 with as good a team as LA had, as good as Odyssey Sims is what I'm seeing. But I also know that Odyssey is extremely happy to be here and is really embracing all the ways that we want her to improve and mature as a player. And so she's excited about making this her legacy these next few years. She's in her prime. And so I'm really excited about how she's embracing it and obviously how good of a player she is.
Cheryl did a chalk talk today, and part of it was kind of an off-the-record, just X and O demonstration for media that cover the Lynx, and then we did some live questions after that. But one of the things she showed and highlighted is how Odyssey Sims, in a pick-and-roll situation, will use her body to shield the defender who's trying to follow, and by doing that, she just collapses entire defenses.
We call it a dribble hold. That's the technical term for it. And when you see Odyssey, the way that when she comes off a ball screen, she severs angles to keep the defense behind her, and that creates a 5-on-4, and that's what Jim's alluding to, that she's able to set people up. So next time you watch Odyssey in a pick and roll, you'll see a dribble hold. When she stops and she keeps a defender behind her, right? She had one scenario where the post player left her and then had Odyssey's defender behind her, and she had a wide open layup. It was like a stop and then a start, and then that was one of the layups that she missed. But next time you see that, you'll know what that is now. It's a dribble hold by Odyssey Sims, and it makes Walt Hopkins very proud.
Brandon, our producer, has the mic. If anybody has a question, we do want to give you all the opportunity you have to ask Cheryl questions, to engage with us. So just raise your hand, and Brandon will get to you. So let's do the injury report here. Christmas Kelly and Simone, how are they feeling? Are either going to play?
Karima Christmas Kelly practiced today for a little bit. We're trying to see where she is. This is a player that's coming off a microfracture surgery, which is a pretty significant knee surgery. So she's still less than a year from the date of that surgery. So we're still working her back. I think it was a surprise to her, maybe how difficult it would be to come back and get full. So she's been a little bit frustrated, that she's not doing as much as she wants to do. And so we made a decision that, to kind of dial it back a little bit. What we were doing with her was probably a little too much, too fast. And so now we're just taking it, a couple days at a time. And so she practiced today. We'll find out how the knee reacted to the activity today. We'll find that out tomorrow, and we'll be able to, make a decision at that point. So she's questionable for the game, and Simone is out for tomorrow. She's kind of battling, the career-long, knee business. She's got some pain in her knee that we're hoping to find a way to resolve here real soon.
I think you might have already answered. I was going to ask, as you were talking there, are you worried about Simone's ability to function this year?
Well, am I worried about this year? I'm worried about, I think for her right now. I think all Simone wants to do is to get back on the court and try to help this team. She's really proud of this team that we have put together. Simone walks around, just feeling good about, she knows she's nearing the end. And I think that, what she says to me is, I want this franchise to be better than what it was than when I got here in 2006. And so she's taking real pride in that. And so you should see her at practices and how much she's engaging and involving herself and leading. She was very good on our bench, would get excited, for the players, but then also was doing a lot of teaching. But for anything for Simone, I just want, for that pain to go away and let her get back on the court and share in the times with this young group and, see if she can't offer, some stuff on the court. So we will get there. It's just a matter of when.
Right. Brandon, do you have a question for us?
Yeah, we were season ticket holders at the very beginning and suffered through some pretty gruesome years.
And that was depressing.
Those are the pre-Reeve years, we call them.
And but Minnesota has always talked about team culture, and it doesn't always materialize, even though the coaches talk about it or the teams talk about it. And now we've got a baseball team that seems to have solved that, at least right now, has a great culture. Cheryl, I think you've done a tremendous job of creating a team where people want to be part of it. And can you just comment on any similarities or differences between what you're doing and what's going on with the Twins?
Well, my first question is, you said you were season ticket holders. Are you again? Okay, well, good. You're still in it. Good. I would say, so I don't know, so the culture piece, I think, is probably one of the most overused words. I think people know that they need to have culture, but I don't think that, it's not tangible to people. Especially I'll say this in men's sports. I think that's a little more difficult. I think for this particular team, when we had in 2011 the team that was born, that was known as the Minnesota Lynx, we had a collection of superstars that were incredibly selfless in nature, right? And so it became natural for them. They loved playing, with and for each other, right? And so what exactly does that mean? Because that sounds really cool and nice and, warm and fuzzy. But what it means is in all their behaviors on the court and even off the court, they're thinking of their teammates first. They don't care who gets the credit. If it was going to be Lindsay Whalen's night that night, Maya's going to cheer her on, right? If it's Sill's night, if it's Brunson's night, whatever it was, they truly just wanted to win the game. And they would do whatever was necessary. And so that culture, that feeling of playing against a team that you couldn't break, that's what we say, you can't break a team that treats each other so well, so that when you get to tough times, and when you find that out, so you're on a 2 or 3 game losing streak and your fans are panicking and saying, what's wrong with the Lynx? That was a jab at you guys. That they go, we're going to be just fine because we're going to get back to work. And then here's the part that I think the Twins probably are doing some of this. Doing little things extremely well it leads to a successful basketball team. And so that when you're in times of difficulty, even in a game or over the course of 3 or 4 games in a season, that you go back to the basics to do little things well. But through it all, when a team is on a 10-0 run, how you treat each other and how you act in those moments is so revealing, right? What is your behavior? Do you think about yourself? Maybe you missed 5 shots in that span, right? We had a group, Maya Moore, you'd never know how many shots she missed. You never know if she made a mistake. She was the same all the time, right? Lindsay Whalen, same thing, the way that they would lead. So we had also accountability that didn't come from the coaching staff. We had a standard that we set, but on the floor, we can't be out there. It's their ability in timeouts to communicate and hold each other accountable and nobody take things personally. This group, right, so it's a new group, but I would say that Sylvia Fowles wanted to play here for the culture that you talked about. People wanted to come be a part of this because they knew how hard it was to play against. And it's fun to engage with your teammates in the ways that we demand. So the first day of training camp, we're interested in putting in, schematic things. But the first thing I wanted was when you made a mistake, what your first reaction is. If you make a mistake, if somebody if they threw you a pass and you missed the shot, you don't hang your head about the shot. You go tell somebody, great pass. You go, so maybe, you tried to make a pass and it's a turnover. Go over to that player and say, my bad, and let's get back on defense, right? And so I was coaching that right away. And so they knew what I would call non-negotiables. Non-negotiables are how you act towards each other, right? And then obviously when we engage in a game. I assume, I don't know the manager over there, but I suspect that in baseball, there's a couple small things you have to do really, really well to be successful. Hitting home runs is not a small thing. That's a big thing. Now, what happens when they're not hitting those home runs? It's historic. And what happens when they're not hitting them? And that's what you're going to find out about the Twins. Hopefully, you're going to find out that their culture is really, really strong. So we think it's, some intangible things, but at the core of having great culture is selecting great people to be a part of what you're doing. And I think, that's of paramount importance to us because that's something that group started, and that's contagious. And so we wanted to make sure that we continue that legacy on.
You gave me an opportunity for a great transition because one of the coolest things about doing this show with Cheryl has been not only the listeners, people who show up to the live shows, people we've gotten to know through the live shows, but our sponsors are friends of ours who come out to the shows. Gloria Ramsey's out there acting really shy tonight. She's not going to come up. For once in her life, she's acting shy. I don't know why tonight's the night she shows that. And we will run Gloria's ad, so if you're listening to the show, you're going to be hearing more about Gloria here. But Gloria also is going to give away 2 tickets.
Hey, guys, do you want to see a Lynx game tomorrow night? There's new fans right here. Oh, we love that. We're going to Twins game, but we love the Lynx.
Enjoy. Thanks for being here. So, Gloria, how do we want to give away your tickets tonight?
So, first of all, I do want to say, not to interrupt the show here, but I do want everybody who's listening that isn't here live to get out here next time because we're really creating a home now here at the Pourhouse, and it's really fun. And it's really intimate, even though there's tons of seating because there's an upstairs and there's down here. But you're like, I mean, Cheryl's like right there. Mm-hmm. So, right? This guy's like almost touching her. Anyway, come out. It's fun. You get some great food. You get to see Cheryl. You get to listen to Cheryl. And you can hear it's a family environment.
And it's not Ollie, which is great.
It's not Ollie.
Clearly, they're not reading the books I gave them earlier.
Shelley Bean, the Sports Queen book.
The author needs to go up and read. So anyway, thank you all for being here. And I've got 2 tickets I'm giving away to tomorrow's game. And it's row B. And it's right on the aisle. So they're pretty decent. I mean, they're not Shelley's tickets, but...
What section, 109?
Yeah.
And what's the location? Is it across the bench, behind the bench?
It's across the bench. And
so you won't get hit by a flying jacket.
No, but you get to see all the interactions that are happening on the bench and all the antics that are happening on Cheryl's face.
Like the time in the first quarter when Cheryl turns towards the media bench, looks up and goes, 24 bleeping points.
You
heard that, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. That made an early version of my column.
That's way too... It did?
Yes.
24 points in a quarter was more than what we had anticipated giving up, yes.
So how do we want to do this? Should we do like the next question, the best question?
Well, what do you think, Cheryl? I mean...
I'll say the next question.
Okay.
The next question.
So the next question, and make it a good one. Don't just
How about that? The next good question.
Next good question.
Gets 2 tickets from Glory.
Your question was good, too.
It was good. Sorry.
Tough timing.
That was good. For tomorrow night's game, so be there. And then also, just a quick plug.
Yep.
I'm also going to be giving away 2 tickets to every live show.
Awesome.
So the way you have to do that, though, is you're going to have to sign up ahead of time and buy tickets through the
Just register.
Yep. Just register for the free, just so you're saying, I'm going to come to the Pourhouse live show, and you do that through Pourhouse. So that helps them know, kind of get a head count, and then from those people, then we're going to be giving away those 2 tickets that I'm going to have for each live show. So
perfect.
That's awesome, Glory.
Thank you so much, Glory.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Glory.
everybody.
And her business, again, is successfulmarketinggroup.com. She can help you out. Shelley Boyen-Breen,
hello.
Author of Shelley Bean, the Sports Queen sports books. You didn't bring a stack of books. They're selling too fast.
Oh, I have a stack of books.
Okay, good.
I have a credit card reader. I'm ready to go.
Show them off.
Shelley Bean, the sportsqueen.com.
You're traveling the country, speaking to classes, speaking to kids, and showing off your books. Just tell me about your business right now.
Well, what I do is I've got a children's book series that's geared toward ages 4 to 9, and really what we're trying to do is give kids, boys and girls, a strong female role model in their books. Less than 1% of children's books that are published every year have a female character who's physically active in them, and we know that girls are doing so much more than that. So I have 5 books in the series out right now, working on a cartoon series, writing multiple books, but really right now what I'm trying to do is get the message in front of as many kids as possible. So tomorrow is my last day of the school year, so I'll be in Andover, Minnesota, and then I'll be visiting some boys and girls clubs and basketball camps and volleyball camps this summer in Texas and all over. But I want to share, I got a reader's fan mail in the mail yesterday from Virginia Beach, from a 3rd grade girl who said she loves soccer, but she hasn't been allowed to play because of her diabetes. And she saw Lauren Cox playing in the Final Four for Baylor. And if you know, Lauren Cox has diabetes. She wears a pump. And this girl was like, Mom, I want to play soccer. I want to wear a pump. And now she's getting outfitted for her pump. She's going to be able to play soccer. She's really excited about it. Amazing. So to go to your talk about culture and what that means, role models, are the visibility of these women, these strong women, and the support of the men. Jim, your writing and the coverage is so important, and I'm trying to do my part for kids with the book series.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. And you can find everything at ShelleyBeanTheSportsQueen.com. The promo code is Lynx Coach Reeve, 15% off, correct?
You got it.
Good. I always have to check there's the jumble going on up here.
You've got it down
good.
now, Jim.
Lynx Coach
I'm proud
Reeve
of you.
is the promo code. ShelleyBeanTheSportsQueen.com. Obviously, it's it's for, I don't want to say it's for, it sounds cheesy to say it's a good cause, but it's for a good cause. It's for a very important cause.
I appreciate that. It's about mission, right? And it's about visibility and giving kids